Today, we're cheating the mana curve with the help of prototype creatures using Esper Blink. That's right, it's time for another Midweek Magic where we battle it out to win individual rare cards and cosmetics. This week, we're going full value mode with Alchemy Cascade, which gives us a Maelstrom Nexus emblem at the beginning of each game. You know your boy's a Cascade enthusiast, so this mode is absolutely built for me. The deck we're playing today is designed to play out prototype creatures early, then blink or reanimate them back to their full size. With the help of Guardian of Ghirapur, Twinning Twins, and Not Dead After All, we're gonna wallop our opponents in such a way the Cascade's not even gonna matter to them. So, can we flip over some giant mechanical menaces, or are we gonna cascade into nothing? Let's find out. We are back for another Midweek Magic, and today it's gonna be blink time, so this is honestly looking like an okay hand. We've at least got some creatures to play out, even if we don't hit anything. Got a few of our slower lands, but it's gonna be a slower start regardless, so I think we're pretty set. So we'll go ahead and start with a top land. I like having some of these restless lands in our mana base. Alchemy's a little bit weird considering the whole rotation, so we don't have like the full suite of everything that you'd normally see in a standard deck. We're just gonna slow roll it. I mean, if our opponent's gonna go slow, it's a red deck, it's probably gonna mean burn. That's usually what this means. Perhaps not. Maybe I've overestimated. Sadly, we're still not really doing much. I don't want to play out a Guardian for 0 value, so we can just pass for now. Can hold up some counter magic, can hold up a kill spell, couple kill spells at that point. Okay, we'll let the Cascade resolve first. Lightning Strike, that's fine. Lightning Strike will come at our face. I do not care about that. And then let's just counter that. And we're gonna flip into probably nothing. Sure. All right, well that is one of our opponent's threats taken care of. I think honestly we're just gonna go ahead and play the Twinning Twins. Like, yeah, it doesn't do much for us. We're gonna decline the counterspell. That's the one little awkward part about the whole the Cascade ability, obviously, is that you don't want to counter your own spells. Geological Appraiser, that's gonna be good. That's basically double Cascade. I figured we'd probably see a lot of these red decks on the ladder of some kind. So this is double Cascade. It's pretty good. Everybody loves that double Cascade. We're gonna see a Feldon come at us. Well, I don't really care what you get to see from your hand. I just don't want to take too much damage. Gonna exile a bunch of cards, and what do you choose out of that? Sure, you can play the encampment. That's totally fine. I think what we're going to do now is we are going to Locthwain Scorn. Let's just get that out of the way so we can eventually drop the Virtue. And Not Dead After All, I mean, we don't really need to cast that right now. Not getting a ton of value out of the Cascades yet, but hopefully the rest of our deck will get us there. So they go for the G2 Ember Coiler. This is... I've never seen this card before. That's an interesting one. Okay, no Monstrous Rage. That's pretty cool. We love seeing our opponent not having it. And they go ahead and play the Ratcatcher Trainee. I mean, sure, that's fine. We don't really care about that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thing with Prowess. That'll let us cascade into something else we don't want to cast. That's fine. Now we can go to combat. So this thing's pretty good. A 4 mana, I can't even speak today. 4 power, 4 toughness, vigilance, flying. We're basically playing a blue Sarah Angel here. All right, they're gonna drop a Phoenix and they hit a Ratcatcher Trainee. So they're just gonna play the creature side. That's fine, that's fine. We got a big enough creature and I don't really see why we're under so much pressure right now. We've gained a ton of life back with the Virtues as well. So they're gonna swing in with the Brute, sure. You got it, opponent. Another land, well, we didn't really wanna hit that. Let's just go into combat and see what our opponent does. Like, surely they could block with the Phoenix, but they're on the aggressive. I don't think they're gonna wanna do that. There we go. So it turns out, even in the modern day, Sarah Angel is still pretty good in limited. And I mean, luckily we've got the Not Dead After All, we've got a few removal spells. Rampaging Raptor we might have to take care of. I don't really like seeing that. Another Lightning Strike, kind of just undoing all the work that we've done, but that's fine. Let's see what our opponent plans on doing. So they're gonna swing in. Well, let's go ahead and go for the Throat over here. and see what we cascade into. It's probably just gonna be another cut down or something. No, they're not dead after all. I mean, sure, we might as well just cast it in case they have some kind of plans for the creature. So there goes that. And now I guess we just kill... Do we bother killing the Phoenix? They can just replay it later. I think I'm just gonna block one of the trainees. That's fine, that's fine. We're down to 10. Hopefully we hit some more action soon. Okay, go for the throat is nice, but not quite what we wanted. So let's go ahead, swing in with the twins. Our opponent's got nothing. That's fine. I think now we probably just go for Guardian of Girapur, and then that at least puts sort of a lethal threat on the board. So what does that cascade us into? The cut down, eh? Well, let's just go ahead and kill the trainee. Boom. We've still got flying blockers, and we don't really need to blink anything. So now we'll pass, and we have access to all of our kill spells, all of our not dead after alls. Like, this is gonna be real powerful. If our opponent just decides to swing in, they really don't have anything. They're just gonna go for a lightning strike, sure. Into another ginger brute. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. Now what they could do to try to keep themselves alive is they could just try to eat the food. I don't know why they would do that, but it seems like a reasonable enough plan. They're going to cascade with the Hidden Cataract, and they hit Flame of Anwar. Ooh. Ooh-wee. That is pretty good. And then what do they cascade into? The game is taking quite a long time to figure that out. They're going to choose the 5 damage mode. Well, let's see what they cascade into first. They're going for a shock. That's probably coming right at our face. I mean, sure. We'll take the damage. That's fine. And then let's just go ahead and not dead after all. We're going to cascade into nothing because we don't play any 0-drop. So now even when this dies, it's just immediately going to re-enter the battlefield. And we don't need to bother blinking anything. We would kind of like to have our blocker up for the turn. They play another land. That is fine. They're actually still swinging in with the food. I mean, that's kind of impressive. We'll go ahead and block one of them. Take the rest of the damage. And let's just go ahead and kill the Phoenix for good measure. There we go. Good game, opponent. More gem rewards. Okay, moving on. So we're not on the play this time, but we actually finally have some prototype creatures, which I'm really looking forward to. I know that with Cascade, you only cascade off of the prototype cost, but even still, considering we have like the not dead after alls, we've got the virtues of loyalty, like we got so much stuff to do with it either way, it does not really matter. All right, well, we would like some white sources. That would be ideal, but I think with what we've got so far, we can make do. We got the Minstrosity coming out. So this is just some kind of Jund value deck. And what, they're gonna bolt our face? Oh, it deals damage to creatures. Okay. I'm not familiar with Alchemy. I've straight up never seen this this format before. We'll just pass here. Unfortunately, Virtue of Persistence, it's only really gonna hit like other kill spells. Red Tooth of Vanguard. And they hit Rat Out. Okay, well, I mean, they can go ahead and cast it on their own creature. Oh no, they don't have to, it's up to. Interesting play, opponent. Alright, well, they're coming at us aggressively, so we're really gonna have to... Okay, there's the Caves of Koilos, that's fine. We can go ahead and just drop the Combat Thresher. And then maybe we'll get into a kill spell. We don't really want the counter spell here. I probably could have built this deck a little bit better around Cascade, but I mean, it is what it is. So they're gonna come at us, or not. Okay, I will gladly take that. That is fine. Let's just go ahead and play another Thresher. And see what our opponent does. Okay, Cascade into another counterspell. Not great. Draw another card. Okay, removal spell's nice. So I think we go ahead and swing in. See what our opponent does. Nothing, huh? Well, if they don't want to swing into our double striking creatures, that's honestly better for us. But if they do decide to kill one of our creatures, we have a not dead after all, which is going to be real insane against them. Alright, so they get Agatha of the Vile Cauldron. Interesting. Is this just somebody's random value pile deck? Well, let's see if they go ahead and swing in. They do not. Okay, that's fine. Dark Slick Shores. Not quite what we want to see. So we're going to go for Locthwain Score. I don't really know if this Agatha's in the deck for a reason or not. I think, okay, that's going to recur itself. Yeah, I guess we just get rid of the Agatha. That's fine. Give us something good. Cut down is also pretty good. Double kill spell, you cannot complain about that. So we're going to grow the vermin. That's fine. We gladly take those. And we are just going to hold up our mana. We've got the not dead after all, so I mean, we can just block, grow these things bigger. Our opponent also doesn't have any red sources, and they've got a couple red cards in hand. But why can we see that? Did they show it off for some reason? All right, so let's go to blocks. We throw one of these guys here, one of these guys here. And then before everything ends over here, we'll go ahead and not dead after all. We cascade into nothing, because of course we got nothing. This is going to be nice though. So they grow that even bigger, we save even more damage. And now the Thresher comes back as a 4/4 double striker. That is actually such a cool combo, I love it. Alright, they go for the Fairy Dream Thief. They're not going to cascade off that, which is fine. I'd rather not see any of that. They're going to go ahead and Surveil. That is a pretty good synergy, honestly, with the cascading. If you know what you're cascading into, then it becomes much more powerful. Alright, so we got yet another not dead after all. So I think we're going to have to eventually use these things. Let's go ahead and Locthwain Scorn. I guess the Monstrosity? Unfortunately, we don't have any better targets, and then we can go ahead and cut down the Dream Thief. That's going to grow their creature even bigger. But little does that opponent know that we're actually just going to end up doing much better for ourselves now. They get an enormous rat, but I mean, they're powerless to stop us. Let's get in. That's 8 damage to the face. Bang. Bang again. Okay, interesting. So they're going to lose life and draw a card. We accept those. And then we'll pass. So we can hold up Virtue of Loyalty. I think it's only really going to cascade into cut down, so we're going to hope our opponent plays a smaller creature. Okay, they are going to play the Troll. Titanic Growth, huh? Interesting. I didn't even know that was legal in Alchemy. So this gets a monster roll, and then what? You can remove the monster roll to fight a creature? Are they going to get that back? They sure are. That is cool with us. Let's see you swing in for 11. We are going to block. And then we're going to not dead after all. Oh, this is glorious. Okay, well, we hit nothing. We were expecting that. And then let's just take the damage. There's one slow-moving giant rat. Oh, sweet. Well, let's go ahead and play Ardenvale Fealty. I keep forgetting that these things have different names. All right, well, that's yet another land. So let's go to combat and see what our opponent does. Like, yeah, they can kill the Thresh. This is so funny. I love this. So let's go ahead and kill our opponent's stuff. And then we get another Thresher back. They grow their rat. That doesn't really matter. Get another card. And yeah, that does it. Oh my god, a real card. What do we get? Ooh, we got a Kellen. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't really think he's all that great. I did rank him pretty lowly in that Commander tier list, but But I'm interested to see what he can do now that we know what maps are and see how they've played a little bit better. So we've got a pretty slow hand this turn, but honestly that's fine, considering that we got both Combat Thresher and Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. We got the Blink effect, we're actually doing what the deck wants to do, so you know, let's just hope and pray that we actually get to do it. Cult Conscript, interesting. So this is probably some kind of like Rakdos sack deck if I had to guess. We showed off quite a lot of cards. Let's just go ahead and play our land and pass and see what our opponent is up to. We'll at least be able to play the Thresher. We're gonna need another black source to hit the Flesh Gorger. Golem, interesting. So what do we hit now? We hit a backup creature. Oh, so this is just mono black. This is a deck, all right. So knowing that they've got Shield Receipts in the deck, I don't know if we want to do that right away or not. Let's just pass the turn and see what happens. They could just out aggro us, considering that we're now down to 12 life by the end of the turn. Oh, they got the Nazgul. Great, great. And a nasty end. Well, they're probably going to sack their 0-1. Okay, I guess they're just sacking the Golem. I mean, I guess you might as well get the ring to tempt you to begin with. Then that happens, they draw cards. And then Nazgul ETBs, now they get to start drawing and discarding. Yeah, we definitely started too slow for this deck. Interesting that they chose the 0-1 to be the ring bearer. I don't quite get why they did that. But I'm cool with that. If it slows down the aggression, I am totally chill with that. So we're in a bit of a rough position now where we can play the Combat Thresher, but if they have like the Edict or something, I don't know what we do about it. We're just probably going to take another big hit this time. We can at least cut down the Nazgul, because that's going to get big and annoying. We get to draw another card, hopefully hit a land. Okay, top land. I probably should have specified. That always happens, doesn't it? The other upside about this deck, considering that we're trying to do so much with Prototype, is that we kind of sort of stop people from using Go for the Throat. It is one of the most common removal spells in this entire format. Yeah, see, they can't even cast it. They can't target our creature because it's an artifact creature. So the fact that we kind of blank some of the best removal in the format is genuinely great. Of course, it doesn't stop them from doing something stupid with like a cut down or something like that, or the Shield's Edict that we saw earlier. All right, so they're gonna swing in again. I guess we're gonna have to take the damage because I do want to hold up Not Dead After All. Holding up Not Dead After All, holding up Twinning Twins, both of those are excellent abilities for the deck. So we are just going to stop that, hold back the blocks. No removal spell. I feel like they would have killed it by now. Okay. That is totally cool with us. Having the Ether Channeler is pretty nice as well. So let's just go ahead and pass for now. Maelstrom Nexus counts on each turn, so we still get to Cascade even on our opponent's turn. So what we can do is we can either block and Twinning Twin, or we can block and Not Dead After All. There's Nazgul number 2. Luckily can't hit any more Nazguls. Haunt of the Dead Marches. I really don't know a lot of what these things do. Like, I wasn't following Lord of the Rings too much, so I'm very... okay, that's fine. It's just a recursive creature. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just Cult Conscripts number, what, 5 to 8? We got some more tempting going on. Well, I can't block the creatures that they tempt with no matter what. So let's go ahead and see what they do. Going in for another big swing. That is fine, though. Draw and discard a card. Okay, so now let's go to blocks. We'll block the Nazgul. And then before it dies, we're going to go Not Dead After All? No, I think that's not right. I think we're going to go Twinning Twins. I think that makes more sense. That way we can at least Cascade. Oh, I love the bug with what's going on there. Little visual bug. Okay, good. Then we get the cut down, so we can go ahead and kill their ring bearer. So that won't be much of an issue much longer. Sure. Go ahead and draw a card. I mean, no matter what we killed, we were going to have an issue either way. And now it comes back as a big ol' 3/3. Sweet. Okay. Well, Virtue of Persistence is nice to have as well. I think we're gonna go ahead and start with Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. Hopefully hit a removal spell. Okay, that is a counter spell. Not quite the same. And then we will just hold this up for now. Hopefully we can put a little bit of pressure on our opponents. I mean, if they drop another Nazgul, things are looking really bad. Another Nazgul. Okay. And a Go for the Throat, that is going to do nothing. They are just wasting their Go for the Throats at this point. All right, see ya. Why are those going into their hand? Must be some kind of visual bug or something. Because it's showing them in their hand there. It obviously went to the bottom of the deck. Okay, well, this is getting a bit much, opponent. Jeez. I mean, we survived this attack, but not much more than that, sadly. I wish we had another black source to work with, but we're just gonna have to do this for now. Doesn't feel great, they're all sort of outside of our range. We get some life back from the Flesh Gorger. Oh, brother. Well, I wish we had played a sweeper in this deck. Because, yeah, that's just not going to do it. All right, GG's, I guess. Well, this is looking to be a slower hand again, but at least we've got a couple threats. The Rusko and the Sheoldred are not huge focuses of the deck, but having them is nice. We got a few turns to draw a few more lands, so, I mean, hopefully we can just sort of stave off whatever our opponent's doing. All right, green deck sounds good to me. Green usually doesn't have a whole lot to do against removal. Okay, this is probably a legendary creatures deck. If I had to guess, maybe the Ratadrabik combo? Well, it's not quite looking like that, but that's fine. We don't need none of that. Interesting. So this is a Golgari deck. Okay. And they just so happen to get their second land. We could definitely use one of those for sure. Let's pass the turn and see what's up. We can at least counter something if we need to. I feel like Palantir is probably strong enough, but let's just see what they cascade into. Another many partings, yeah, you can have that. You can have that, but I don't really want you to get the Palantir, so hopefully we counter it and we hit into a cut down. Okay, good. Luck is on our side. Let's go. So no Palantir for you. We are missing our lands, though. That's not very good. If this continues, this is honestly a scooper. Horn of Gondor. Is this a humans deck? What the hell is going on? Assemble the team is pretty good, but hopefully a removal spell does what we need it to do. All right. Give us a land, please. Land would be fantastic. There's a delighted halfling. We need to do something. I'm gonna go for the Throat the Halfling and see if we can hit another removal spell. Yes, we can. So that knocks out the Horn of Gondor for now. Maybe our opponent will just scoop in frustration from all the removal spells. Okay, well there's our land. That's what we were looking for. Let's just go ahead and play Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. And we cascade into a kill spell that we just cannot cast whatsoever. That's fine. If our opponent wants to kill this, like, sure. I mean, it is a bit scary. We do want to keep it. But it's just going to be what it is. They got Go for the Throat. Well, luckily, they cannot go for our Throat. They cannot target our creature. See, this is genuinely a really good sort of meta pre-sideboarding shenanigan. All right, let's just go ahead and swing in. They decide not to block, so then second main, let's go ahead and play Guardian of Girapur. We don't really need to cast the Not Dead after all, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and flip this over. And then, bam, what are you gonna do? Put our 7/5. With Menace and Lifelink. Quick Beam, Upstart Ent. This is just a Lord of the Rings deck, and I have no idea what's going on. Interesting. So it's sort of like a mini... I don't know, a mini overrun effect of some kind? They have chosen not to do anything. Okay, that's fine. So let's just go ahead and swing in with the Flesh Gorger. Are they going to double block? Sure, that is totally fine. Then we'll just go ahead and not dead after all. Well, there's our entire deck if you wanted to see it, opponent. And we get to gain a big chunk of life back, kill a bunch of their creatures, and it just comes back even bigger. This is a sweet deck. I truly love this. Old Man Willow. What you doing, Willow? Another assemble the team, huh? I kind of wish they would stop tutoring. That's really not fair. We're just playing our fair deck. We don't even have the lands that we need. The nice thing too is that if they do want to remove the Flesh Gorger, they're more than welcome to, but they're going to lose 8 life in the process. So that's going to be an enormously steep cost to pay to get rid of something that's threatening them so bad. Old Man Willow, he does its thing. I guess this is some kind of a tree folk tribal deck. I got no idea, man. A sack of food, gain some life back. Okay. Sure, we'll go ahead and take 7. That's fine, we're just gonna gain 8 right back. Go for the Throat is a nice pickup, I will say that. Let's go ahead, swing in with both. Sweet. And then I honestly think we just pass here. We're at 30 life. Our opponent is gonna do like what? A decent chunk. Phyrexian Obliterator. Sure. Vial of Galandriel. I've got no idea. I have genuinely no idea what's going on here. They're gonna gain some more life. Okay. Let's see you. You're gonna go swing out? All right, well then let's just go for the Throat. And whatever we hit, yeah, we don't need the not dead after all. That's fine. That's fine. So now, even if they double block the Flesh Gorger, we basically just get to kill whatever we want. Let's go in full-on swing here. Sadly, we're not quite at lethal yet. They have to double block to do this, though. And then let's go ahead and order the blocks like that, and then not dead after all. Oh, this is so funny. I like this deck. Even on only 3 lands, we are still absolutely dominating our opponent here. Let's go ahead and get the Flesh Gorger back. We'll pass the turn. Well, opponent, you gotta drop a creature and then you gotta be able to kill it. Aragorn and Arwen wed. Okay, that's a big creature, all right. And I don't know, destroy... Okay, they can kill our Guardian of Ghirapur. You know what? Let's just do this. Let's just keep it alive. Not dead after all. Sure, might as well just cast it on the Flesh Gorger. Just in case they do have a way to kill it. So they gain some life. That's fine. They can do some damage to us if they want to. That is also fine. Oh, our opponent didn't realize, did they? Oh, they did not realize. We get the Guardian of Ghirapur back. And now they can't even block if they wanted to. So let's just go ahead and swing in for lethal. Good game, opponent. We stole all their life points for ourselves. Ooh, Idol of the Deep King. This is a very good LCI limited card. I don't know how much we're really going to see it in these games, but cool, I guess. So Esper Blink actually did a lot better than I thought it would. We ended up going 3-1 altogether. We didn't get a ton of games comparatively, but they were kind of grindy games that lasted a little bit longer than your average game, so I'm honestly fine with the trade-off. When I originally built this deck, I was under the impression that playing a creature for its prototype cost would let you cascade for the original cost, but that turned out to be incorrect. We didn't just get to flip these things right away. But honestly, I still think the deck performed pretty well. Like, even though a lot of our Cascade triggers kind of ended up missing, we hit a lot of not dead after alls that we didn't really want to cast, like, we still managed to do very good, and the games that we managed to blink the prototype creatures, that was genuinely really good. Now, this deck is obviously a little bit stronger in Standard considering the wider card pool, and we don't have to deal with all the random alchemy cards, like none of the Lord of the Rings stuff we saw in that last game. But overall, I would honestly suggest building this for yourself if you wanted to. I've seen some videos and some decks that people have built in the past to try to get this working in Standard, and overall, I think it's a really good time. I would genuinely consider doing this. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more videos just like this, go ahead and make sure to leave a like down below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to get updates on all the future videos I upload, and you can follow me on social media at JayoticMTG on all of the social media platforms on screen, which will be linked in the description down below. That'll do it for this time, so until next time, take care.